Alright, here we go. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream today. I'm still full of thoughts of how crazy the F1 race was. And yeah, here we go, 7 minutes of practice to go. It's scorching hot and I have already clipped some barrier. I guess I'm not the only one. Damage? No damage. It's gonna be an interesting one. Michi is joining me and I saw some other fast drivers as well in the test server, so let's see what they do. And of course all the settings on the camera are resetting itself, so I hope I quickly put them into the correct values. Do we have a car coming? No, it's just the car out of the pits. Also finally in the correct teamwear on my side, although I have mirrored camera, so it's not a Rafa Racing Club, but it says Afar. Well, it's I guess out of the picture just about anyway. We will be joining Michi in Discord, it feels like. Where is Michi? He's here. Good afternoon.
I just asked where you are. Good afternoon. Still celebrating that win?
Well, potentially, but I just lost connection, so I'm rejoining.
Oh boy.
But yeah, what a crazy race.
I can't believe it, like, that I ever be saying that, but Ferrari pulled a masterpiece in strategy. Like, how?
Lucky.
You guys haven't seen that in a
Lucky,
while.
lucky.
Probably it wasn't the fastest, but I think the McLarens were cruising too much.
Yeah, last stint was super short, I didn't quite understand. Everyone on one stopper gained.
I think they boxed too late. They were too passive.
Charles was a legend. That's about it.
Who was a legend?
Charles.
Yeah. Also, Colapinto, closer to Albon than Sargent ever were.
Colapinto was even a greater legend, yes. Is my stream working at all? What's going on there?
Have you done the pit entry once?
I did it twice. Once it was a crash. Right, back into the server. Reload the setup. Readjust the fuel. Fix the seat position because it got broken. Should be good. That barrier is tricky. Anyway. Yeah, I think the stream health, excellent. Good. So I can close this down. Oh, I hope the chat is working. Last time it broke down. But anyway. Little bit of cold tire practice going. Despite the very high temps, like 36 air temp, the track temp is only 43. In the middle of the day, I don't think that's how it should be. Chat test 1 to 3, copy. Seems to be all good, yeah. For today, the randomness of the nature selected the chat to be of red color. Just keeps changing color and I cannot find where to fix it or like where to set it. But anyway, hype it. You are all going to hear a lot of chassis scrapping today, but I've tried a lot higher ride heights. There was a lot less sounds on the, like, especially in the main straight and on the back straight where there is a lot of concrete with a lot of bumps. But I didn't gain a millisecond, so I don't know what's going on there, but I just slammed the car back down to the ground and lost nothing on the straight. Hello, Jose. I am yet to watch F2. I sometimes, or like lately, I usually watched the highlights on YouTube channel of F1, but I am yet to see it all. And this last corner is quite tricky for the Peugeot. But anyway, the tires just take so long to warm up, it's so weird. We have Matteo Blotto in P1. 45.3, that's a fast lap. Where is Michi? Ah, he's there. Alright, let's quickly go out because it's a shared session. So I want to be out as soon as possible, and probably the first run is gonna be the most important one. And then there is gonna be a lot of traffic in the second run. Pretend I said nothing. It's alright, don't worry. I mean, it's a public live YouTube stream, so there is no problem of telling anything that was already broadcasted. Oops. This automatic pit line exit, pit limiter deactivation is...
It's so funny.
Tricking
like,
my brain.
We're already out on pit road. My game just took 20 seconds to move the session.
Yeah, I got extremely lucky today. Usually I'm like in the middle of the pack, but now I'm somehow first one. We are taking the first lap very cautiously, slowly getting the tires up to temp without scrubbing them too much. Second lap, to be honest, will be slow as well. Feels like for some laps the tires just keep getting faster and faster. And if at some point my voice fails me, or if it's already a bit off, it's because I was to a wedding party yesterday. Well, yesterday and today. After the midnight, of course. Yeah, this session is seemingly gonna be Ferrari versus Peugeot. I saw some fast Toyotas in the test server, But I don't know if they practiced for the later time slots. Anyway, quali incoming. I mean, quali lap incoming. But let's see, I'm just gonna take it as a benchmark, or like as a setting stone into the session, because again, next and further next lap are just gonna be naturally faster. Tires are still below 70 on the rear. At least this car is not locking up on cold tires. With Porsche or Cadillac, I would have massive flat spots already. This car kind of starts locking up a little bit, but then doesn't really lock up, so quite nice. Struggling with a slight bit of understeer. Iron copy. Well, not ideal. I see a lot of traffic ahead. And I hope that the upcoming lap now is gonna be my best. It's gonna be a long session. Lotto got me by, well, 7/10. I think I have 95% brake pressure, or maybe it's 100. Oof, I forgot actually. To be honest, I just took Spa setup and adjusted the rear wing a little bit. GTE is ahead, it's gonna be difficult. I thought he was waiting offline for us to pass. Looks like he was still trying to do his lap. And the temp car ahead is not a GT car, it's LMH, I guess. E13, yeah, he's not going fast. Well, I will have one lap of fuel. I'll try to start it and then see what happens. Michi still didn't manage to improve. Hello Liminal Thoughts, hello Charles. Would I classify Sebring as high downforce? Tricky, depends on the car. It's kind of medium downforce, low to medium maybe. I've left so much space to the car ahead, but we are still right one after each other. Okay, he abandons. I might get actually a clear run here, as Michi beats me.
Why do they keep doing open
On the lap.
qualifying?
I'm still understeering a bit. Maybe too much rear wing. Ah, come on. Such a lack of front grip.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't even know.
I'm just mad. Like all my laps got
Yeah,
fucked so
100%.
far.
Same for everyone.
Yeah, but like we need to finally
Yeah.
lobby for these sessions to be private.
Or at least closer to what it is in real life, but then we would just wait for each other.
Yeah, we don't have the code to do that yet.
Yeah. Ah, Bloto has put in that 45.4 in a perfect time. So it's gonna be difficult to get close. Very difficult. Yes, Pete, indeed. And despite all that, people joining still make people that are on the server lag a little bit sometimes. So stuff needs to get improved. I'm not gonna spoil this lap, this guy's turn 1. It's very oversteery on cold tires, but once the tires heat up, I start to have issues with the front. Probably I'm just overheating it. Greg's, it's actually it's what you hear is TC kicking in. Or if you meant like I think out of last corner I was pumping it a little bit, but it was due to massive understeer and I was just like lifting and going back on it and hoping it would grip, but it didn't. Until I bounced off the wall a little bit. But I mean, ideally with a clean lap You just brake, trail brake, well, avoid snaps like this. And then go early on throttle and continue the rotation. Two GTs ahead. They are just... Is he abandoning the lap? Nope. They're just like sorted around the track in a way that you just don't find any clear space on track. Even if I wait, there's just gonna be 1 GT per 5 seconds. Just need to get super lucky. I mean, now there is 18-second gap ahead of me, so if that Porsche ahead did let me through, I would get a clean lap. Meanwhile, I'm P4. Oh no. Well, let's see. Maybe I get lucky. Otherwise, I'll try to do it again in the race. Well, last time I went from 5th to 1st, so... And it was a shorter event. Yeah, up and down, it should be... Like, I don't know how difficult it is to make a code like that, but... It should be so that GTEs can see themselves and then the hypercars can see themselves, but they cannot see each other. I mean... I saw him being... not specifically top 100 in sim racing skill, but I expected him to still know a breaking point. Or how can I say that? I mean, I guess he kind of thought he... I mean, he was on a lap, but... What can I say? Well, whatever. We have 3 Ferraris and my Peugeot, and yeah, I see the Toyotas that were on the server are, I guess, going to do the evening race. Anyway, I think 87% fuel ratio for the Peugeot. It was like 89 or 90 for Le Mans, but here it's like 86, 87. Which kind of makes sense because there is more regen. Nice lagging there in the background. There is more regen, so less fuel gets used. Yeah, I'm wondering if part of that pace is actual pace disadvantage of the Peugeot. But I still have, like, I think I have 3 tenths around the lap and then further 2 tenths out of last corner where I just didn't exit the corner on my fastest lap, so I should be close enough. And then maybe I can pull off a more, or like a clever strategy. Hi Daniele, you spent some time in the caddy. Yeah, it can be like that sometimes. Yeah, it just locks up, right? Into the hairpins. A bit of a bump. As you try to brake, and front inside says nope.
Did you have one clean lap?
Well, my fastest one was kind of the one clean lap, but I was in the wall on the last corner exit.
Mm.
So I could be closer. But yeah, that was like, yeah. I mean, I have 2 clean laps at the start, but I took them really slowly because tires were still warming up and I tried not to wear them down. But yeah.
Yep, I know the issue.
Was it 67 laps total?
I have no idea.
Alright, well, enjoy. Good
But
luck.
that's a good indication.
Track is super hot. I was thinking of hards, but probably not hot enough.
Sebring special things maybe.
Yep, usually very low wear here.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, chat confirms should be 67.
Copy, copy.
This is interesting regarding the strat though.
Yep.
One could think about double stint the last one.
Do a Ferrari.
Box box. Or not box box.
Yep. Alright, well. Let's fix my motor map so that it's correct on the steering wheel. Well, it needs to be max for the start. The front raises, I mean, when downforce reduces, every car's front raises under the braking, but well, initially it drops down a lot. Anyway, out of line, well. Pit limiter 60, soon. Here we go. Good start. Oof, another early death in the mirror. So let's see who can heat up the tires faster. The FFB kind of feels a bit light. Not sure if it's related to slightly lower frame rate at the start. Just checking if my fan is on. I think I will just struggle a little bit with that exit understeer for the whole race. But let's see the tire wear balance. Exit of turn 1 is fine. Hello Mariusz, thank you. I keep forgetting if it's SZ, if that's a sh or a s. Could be just Marius, right? So it's a sh. Motor map, yes. Thank you. But I don't think the motor map is causing me the understeer. Or could it be? It just depends if I already reach 190 and the motor activates. Not really. Or very late. Anyway, the Ferraris are going fast. What is that understeer? I did not have that in my practice. Maybe I should at some point increase the rear ARB. But oh well, my practice consisted of 2 5-lap runs, so I cannot complain. Is it just me, or I'll always gain a couple of tenths through sector 1 and then lose them later on? Daniela, that's a very solid point. That was a much better line.
Caught in the wall.
Guess it was the Porsche from previous lap.
Potentially. I didn't even see what it was.
Lotto is doing mid 46s, that's quite a crazy pace. The right light that sometimes is on the wheel. Well, basically I have tire temp warning on my dash. So like now front left was I think above 100 Celsius on the surface temp. I'm just playing with it a little bit, seeing if it helps me preserve the tires and so on. Now this push understeer into corners, I have not experienced it before. But I think I practice on a slightly colder track. But in some corners I can feel the rear being on the limit, so I don't feel confident increasing the rear ARB at all. Get hauled back into turn 1. Or am I close enough? Yeah, I am close. I see a lot of red stuff ahead of me. Even the Porsche is red. Ah, the accelerator graph, yes. There is two possible things to plot on there. You can either have the raw throttle, or you can have the filter throttle. And you can see that in Motec as well, or in any other program. So basically filtered throttle is what the car receives. And yeah, it lifts automatically on the upshift. There was a huge lockup up ahead. In the front. And the zigzagging on the exits that you see is DC. And I thought it's quite interesting to display the filtered one instead of the raw one. The front just isn't biting. But on early exit it can snap a little bit despite the high traction control. I'm just understeering through the corners. Let's try rear RB3. Actually, that feels quite a lot better. Oh, so many GTs. Oh, he hit the big snap there. It was quite close. Still doing this? I don't know. Yeah, Daniele... Well, again, I don't think it's a lot of pace. But for sure the Peugeot is not the best car to take if you want the overall ultimate pace. Maybe on some specific tracks. It was really good at Le Mans. But to be honest, I didn't really do enough of setup work here. And all the guys in the Ferraris have much better setup. Because we all used to do more Ferrari before, I think. Right, I need higher motor map. Hello Marvin. But in this race I think I have lost over a second with unlucky traffic. Probably 2 seconds and then probably further 2 seconds by my mistakes. Nice 3 wide moment, always good fun. Well, still setting some green sectors. when we crossed the line, I think I had 5-second gap, or like in the middle of sector 1. So I'm not necessarily slower at the moment, but maybe the ARB3 on the rear is quite important. I'm gonna skip. Quite a big cut, despite losing 2/10. Anyway. I'm intrigued to see the strategies of Blotto and Michi ahead, but for Michi I'm pretty sure what he's gonna do. And about the strategy, it's 2 stints and a half. So, with high track temps, one could even go for like 3 shorter stints, 2 tire swaps, or it could be 2 longer stints and then just a splash. Or just 2 stints full push and then change tires again and see what happens in the end. Yeah, I see if I'm doing a perfect lap, I just about stay on pace of the Ferraris ahead. Hi Yankash, well the Peugeot, I don't know, I'm slightly disappointed with my own setup. It's kind of nice, but... Or maybe it's just the car. I'm struggling a little bit over the bumps. Not really losing any lap time or like any top speed, but just... The car is a bit tricky and understeery. think I got slightly lucky with the traffic there, finally. I guess this is only one split race. Did Michi leave the track there? I think he's enjoying some nice understeer as well. But I'm closing in at this point. Yeah, the LMDH brakes at Sebring are deadly. Just need to take the fuel saving strategy.
How
and
much
lift
red
and
do you
coast.
run?
Who?
Radiator.
I think fully opened. She getting destroyed by the traffic. Again, he didn't go on the curb, but he kind of stayed on track and then like went swerving towards me. The worst corner to lap traffic yet, or in. Mitch is getting absolutely demolished by the traffic. Very unlucky for him.
Shall I just wave you by, or you wanna give it a
I
try?
mean, if you want.
Man, I am furious.
I saw. Thankfully he was leaving this place. Hi Luca, yes, I'm on the mediums. Felt like the hards are not necessary. Maybe because how low deck Sebring normally is. Oof. I wouldn't be able to dive him. A nice headlight flash from the Porsche, but well, there was a gap. I was fully alongside. Hi Gilles. Bloto pulled 7-second gap. Crazy. Well, we did lose significant amount of time with Mitch in the traffic. PC working overtime. I think I made it harder for myself in the Peugeot by not doing certain clicks in the setup. I mean, I made it softer and higher up in the air and so on. That was a split-second decision, but it felt like the Aston was going kind of to the left. Nice tire in the runoff area. Is lift and coasting quite a bit. Probably for 27 laps. 26 is full push. 27 is a bit of fuel saving. Maybe he's trying to do 28. But Corvette ahead will be costly. Or maybe not.
I'm driving so bad right now. Like I'm a second off the pace, so completely lost rhythm.
Less than a second to Bloto, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know why. Like I've done his pace in the beginning.
If you're 1 second off, then I'm 1 second off as well. But I cannot go much faster.
Yeah.
Well, I got seriously confused by that. He moved over to the right very crazily. I thought he was about to give me space on the left, but then it felt like he wouldn't. I don't know. Anyway. Balance is still quite nice, to be honest. I mean, relatively to what it was at the start of the race. And the delta to my PB is kind of green if stuff goes right through the corners. And the car is not doing what I want when it's on the limit. But maybe I'm over pushing it. She goes wide there every lap.
I locked the rear right.
Battery or balance?
Presumably bad.
Yeah, I see your rear disagreeing with your inputs into low
With
speed.
everything. I don't actually know what to do. I understeer into every turn, and once I release the brake, the car snaps.
I mean, the tires, the temps are relatively hot to what we normally run, so maybe that's the reason. What? Michu went to the right and almost got killed. I went to
I almost
the
died.
left. We took different routes and we both almost died.
Yeah.
Would have been a lockup in the Cadillac. It's slightly too late on the brakes. I had to carry a bit more speed into the apex. I got a little bit of lockup, but the car survived. I see I have more fuel than the virtual energy, so I have taken too high fuel ratio. I have to fix it for the pit stop. I mean, it's not crazy difference, but I'm carrying, I guess, 1 liter too much or 2 liters. If I try to carry the line that Michi carried now, I would go straight into the wall on the exit. I just need to make a V-shape exit. Interesting. I need to decide what I want to do with the strategy and commit to that. Kind of want to just make 2 shorter fresh tire stints. So instead of 27 and 13, for example, just do 20-20 each time on the new tire. But at the same time, I'm still able to make PBs without traffic.
Why can people just not hold their stupid racing line? Is it so hard
Single
to
split,
understand?
I think. So quite a jungle. Michi diving
I
the
think my car is
Porsche.
a jungle alone. Don't need the traffic jungle on top of that.
Well, same here.
That BMW, what is he doing?
What's the yellow flag for now? Ah, it's gone. Before caught up, I completely overlooked before. It was close behind all the time. I saw him losing control. Needed to go off. Luckily there is the radar app to save my life. Yeah, indeed, Tom. The radar app really saves lives. I didn't appreciate it enough in RF2 times, so I never downloaded it. But here it's built in and it's really working perfectly. So 2 more laps. When I run out of virtual energy, I get a drive-through penalty or a stop-go penalty if there is still enough fuel and battery. It's just the rulebook that requires maximum amount of energy that one can use per stint. Lucky. Oh, the P4 boxed.
I was just waiting for the punt.
Yep. Thinking of something. So box, box, box. Michi keeps going. He saved 28 laps of fuel, nice. Yeah, I think I will try the crazy push strategy. Just do 20 till the end. A little bit of glucose. Wait, what happened with P4? He didn't box previous lap. He's in the pits now. Ah, he just went off and lost some time, I guess. Anyway, here we go. Have to remember cold tires. Very cold. Ah, here comes Blotto. I hoped I could be ahead of him. But let's see the pace anyway. I'm gonna lose 2 seconds or 3 seconds because of colder tires. Big dive, sorry Aston. I saw red mist ahead of me that has P1 next to it in the leaderboard. I hope this strategy works out. It could be quite close in the end. Yeah, I did take less fuel, so I gained quite some time because of that. Let's see in the end if that has been the correct strategical decision.
So you didn't take tires?
I didn't take fuel. Or less fuel.
Yes, you both battle a bit and I'm happy.
I'll try.
Copy.
Oh dear. Okay. Unlucky. Was a purple sector too. Hi, it's Sky Scream. Sims on pedal. Wait, what exactly is that? I will have to look into that after the stream. more unlucky. I lost 10th, 2.5 due to the traffic in half a lap. And I'm gonna lose even more now. And it was about to be my perfect opportunity to strike for P1, as my tires got into the optimal temperature window, but still didn't have much
I got
wear.
killed.
By GT?
Nope, by a hypercar.
Dear. Two battling GTs ahead, although they're not battling anymore. Okay, he's off. Okay, through the bunch of traffic and I'm 2.2 seconds behind. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, let's see if I have pace advantage at all, anyway. Should be at least one, if not two, clear laps ahead. Hi Joao. About the pedals. I mean, I think as long if it's a load cell and if the polymers or like the PU rubbers or the springs or whatever it has have sufficient progression, like not just linear but sufficiently exponential, any pedal is good. And of course, if there is adjustability and if it's possible to like calibrate them to your liking. And if the build quality is fine and like you cannot really go much wrong. But if there are things like lack of customization and if load cells are breaking and stuff like that in the reviews, then that's a problem. Well, I've been in the love with Peugeot, but for Sebring maybe I lost a little bit of that love. Maybe the love would still be there if Blotto didn't race. But he's racing, and he has the Ferrari and he's just 0.3 per lap quicker on average. I make a big PB, but Blotto ahead, well, goes 0.3 quicker again. It's still quite nice to drive, to be honest. But it's just, I mean, it's like real life, right? LMU is not about having exact same BOP, but about having realistic weight, realistic engine power and so on, and roughly good BOP so that the cars can race together. But, well, for Vanwall and for Glickenhaus and so on, you physically just cannot BOP them because they are so slow. You would need to take 100 kilograms out of them, but then it's not. Then it's completely a different car if you take 100 kilos out of it. Anyway, some purple sectors, always good to see. Joao, yes indeed I fixed it. Well, not fully, but I can take it flat out now with the McLaren. Well, yeah, for LNVS for sure. Except if they make the prize pool big and equally distributed among everyone, regardless of the finishing positions. Then I'm happy to drive the Vanval if necessary. Getting a bit luckier here with the traffic. Scared him off. I would love to see some Coanda having huge lockups. And would love to see them optimize the setup in such a way that suddenly there is no lockup anymore. Do I dive? I'm too far. Is that the BMW? Okay, he's letting us through. Well, traffic took, traffic gave back again. Ah, that's the worst. When you think you can go on throttle, but then you just need to hesitate a little bit when the corner is basically done. Big bump.
I love people not being able to hold the line, flaming in the chat about GTEs.
Well, jungle, the best explanation. Joao, yes, I did watch F1, so spoilers are allowed. But what a race it was. McLaren severely shooting themselves into the foot. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on within McLaren, like... So weird. It feels like they're completely free to race, but at the same time it feels like there is some massive rules that... I don't know, kind of, there is team orders, but there is no team orders, and it's just even confusing for the best drivers in the world. Okay, that was a weird lockup. I think I got confused by being too close to the Ferrari. Or maybe I was thinking of Hungaroring too much. Yeah, that PS3 dive into
How much did you
turn...
on the fuel?
7 laps. The PS3 dive into turn 3 was such a strange one. I mean, crazy good move, but they both lost a position in the end because of that. And about Heusinkvelds, yeah, they are kind of expensive for sure. They're good quality. I mean, I've had Heusinkveld since 2020. Do I go around the outside? I do. But I lost a lot of time. Well, traffic has taken away again. You? Not sure if second gear or third is better there. In the second, the rotation is a bit better initially, but then exit is a bit more loose. Same between third and fourth here. Papaya rules, yes, well, I don't know. It feels very Italian. If that's a correct wording. Like, I would expect Ferrari historically to call orders like that. Where is my front? Don't leave me. Yeah, exactly, Ankash. Like, so confusing, but such a fantastic race in the end. Like, at some point, I think gap or like pace difference between Sainz and Piastri was like 1.7 per lap, and that would put Piastri 5 seconds ahead of Leclerc in the end, but the pace just died. This Peugeot, to be honest, it feels exactly the same in any condition. Fresh tires, old tires, full tank, empty tank. And in all conditions quite nice, but slower than the Ferrari ahead of me. I almost crash in the backs of these GTEs, but I really don't understand what they're doing. So many times we exit a corner and the car on the outside is just leaving 3 car widths on the exit. It would be so nice if I was able to be on the rear wing of P1 when we box, or when I box. That was a very nice line, with very nice balance, and I gained a 10th or 2.
How many near-death misses have you had?
Well, I guess 3 or 4 and probably many more without realizing. And the traffic gave back again. Lotto struggling a bit or what? I mean, he has more fuel. Is that a chance? Oh, bumps. Oh dear, why is it so bumpy on the outside? I thought the more you go to the left, the less bumpy it is. But I just got launched into the space. Yeah, it was a nice opportunity. Feels like the pace has suddenly just disappeared. Maybe I actually overheated the fronts quite a lot and they fell out of the window. But I was leaning on the fronts quite a lot in the past 2 laps. What is the bump? I'm getting so confused. Like, that inside line that I have taken now usually made me bounce the most, but there was no bump. Doubt that the 3D model there was updated. It's just Peugeot things. Come on. Ah, come on. I keep missing some grip in the low speed. Ay. What am I doing? Yeah, with that battle, I was leaning on the fronts a lot more and now I'm just lacking some grip. Not sure if I'm dreaming stuff, but it feels like that. Well, I guess I need to watch some real life onboards. Shame they're racing at Kota tonight, not at Sebring. So much better balance there. Completely missed the apex. This Blotto is not running away with it. Yeah, now I hit the bump again, which I didn't hit before. But yeah, it really seems like that in RF2 that bump is not an issue, the tires just take it. But in LMU, it's different. I wanted to say some more lucky traffic, but then that line was super weird. Where was TC? Was flat out, counter steering a lot, TC just didn't activate. Nice line. Again, like, why? He was so far away from the track limit there on the exit. So confusing. Now I hit that curb even, or that bump even worse. I don't know. Yeah, why? Why? Leaving a lot of space on the left and then just keep squeezing. I mean, I flame at them, but I guess it's just like lack of ability to watch the mirror while struggling to keep the car on a nice trajectory out of the corner for less experienced drivers. Has Michi boxed again?
I crashed big time now.
Ah. Well, instant answer. So we boxing. Hope the strategy is good. I mean, in the end, it's gonna be hard against Blotto. He will need to mess up big time. But let's see. So you say in the end Michi killed himself or what? I would really need to figure out that bump. I think like it goes kind of towards, like from the inside towards outside, so the more, at least in RF2 it was like that the more you went to the outside, the more you just like came at it at a better angle, and then if you're on the inside at the start, then you just clipped it at much worse angle. Terrible getaways from the boxes there. Too much clutch and then big wheel spin. Now I couldn't even feel a bump. But well, maybe it's cold tires, low pressures. He lost the rear. Understood. Well, I mean, the Ferrari is kind of on the limit sometimes in high speed. Like, I remember when I was setting Ferrari and Porsche for different tracks, it was always difficult to manage the rear in high speed. But then this Peugeot, I mean, I can make it snap as well, but I can make it turn quite well all around without having deadly oversteer in high speed.
Ah, did you also pit?
Yeah, I did 2020.
Guess what? I might still have a chance to flirt.
Well,
2 minutes repair time, by the way.
copy. I'm sending it. I take half a point. Luckily there was no illegal overtake. But I guess the system kind of understands that if it's a different class, that then it doesn't show a return position warning. According to my calculation, I now have like 5 laps of big undercut. But he will have to refuel for 7 laps less. Well, speaking of cold tires, they used to be worse in the past, I think. But in these conditions there is not really any cold tire, like it gripped up immediately. or slightly slower for 1 or 2 laps. But no big problems like in lower temperatures. And that's a PB, very nice. Purple sector 3, beautiful. I think I overfueled by a lap. All good. Nothing happened. Some more rogue corvettes. I judged that one quite well, I think. I need more ground clearance for next time. Celsius track temp, yeah, that's very hot. I think on some tracks that would be conditions for hard tires. But my mediums, I think in the end of the stint front left went 90 plus, but others were still in 80 Celsius. And that should be still preferable for mediums. That's probably just the nature of the Sebring tarmac. You say it's gonna be a hot day in VEC. Well, they already struggled a lot with degradation at Interlagos, right? So for Kota it's gonna be crazy. I hope this race finishes early enough not to well, clash with VEC start. Yeah, it's just gonna be exactly on the hour. I see some mentioning of AC in the chat. Well, I have air conditioning, but it's on the wrong side of the apartment. Usually I keep window opened, like the, what's it called, V-shape, like just opened at the top, and then have the the bathroom fan pulling the air through my room. Because there's a bit of a gap below the door. But we have 32 Celsius external temperature today, so what should I do? I guess this was a solid move. So I just opened the window a little bit and I'm cooking myself so I can feel every of those 49.7 Celsius of the track temperature. I have my hardware monitor running. I am looking forward to see the GPU temps in the end. I had to open the side of the case because even before, with AC still running through both doors into my room, it was going 90 plus. And the VRAM I think it's TC. TC just makes it under. Let me decrease the slip. I've used a bit less in previous races, but for here I felt like I need more, but maybe it's been a bad decision. I mean, it does rotate a little bit more, and the delta is not unhappy. So maybe that explains 1/10 of my pace deficit. Hi Domi. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That felt extremely dangerous, but well, he was on cold tires, probably. So Blotto has done his pit stop and he's 8 seconds ahead, which means he has changed the tires as well. So maybe in 2 laps I will be the closest that I can get to him, and then he will start pulling away. It surely rotates a bit better. Luca, I've done a 2-stopper. Like, either way it was a 2-stopper because it was like 2 full stints and then a half. So no way to fuel save. And I just did like 27 and then 20 and 20. And P1 I think did 27, 27, 13. Richie was doing 28. And probably another 28 and then just a splash without another tire swap. But he had an incident. So the gap to Blotto now stabilized at 7. that's still within margin of, let's say, driver error or driver prep differences, so I cannot complain about the car. If I started on rear ARB3 and with a bit less TC, maybe I would be closer to Blotto and even able to fight him. But still, probably the Peugeot is 2/10 off of the Ferrari here. I think it just struggles with acceleration. So then at Le Mans, well, there is a lot of acceleration, but quite a bit of that is from high-speed corners. And then at high speeds the Peugeot is really good. And in the braking it's really good. But here there's a lot of, well, braking, but then low speed acceleration. Ferrari just keeps pulling like maybe 20-30 milliseconds out of each corner. Well, it's Sky Scream, I don't know. It's hard to judge that. I mean, I wish that's the case. And maybe that's the case. But still, it's not like Blotto in P1 is a slow driver, he's very good. And yeah, I did start with full tank Luca. I mean, it just... The refueling and stuff like that just takes so much time that if you can start on full tank, then of course you start on full tank. Even if you do a shorter stint, it's better to then have to fuel up less for the second stint than have a bit faster car in the first stint. It's different than in F1 in the refueling days, because F1 is like half the weight of this. It's funny into turn 1, on the entry it's understeer, but as soon as I go on throttle it starts rotating. Probably it hits the rear corner backers on the rear right a bit, because I took some of them, like a bit more than a centimeter. So maybe I hit some bump or two and it hits the backers and it induces the nice rotation. This has been quite a clean lap, and I'm just about to make another PB on quite old tires. I mean, quite fresh, but still not fresh really. Eey. I expected to be bounced off of that bump much more, and suddenly I was heading straight into the apex wall. Where is the rotation now? Probably carried too much speed. It couldn't go on power early enough to start the better rotation. Either way, those 8 seconds to Blotto will be impossible. It's been a Ferrari day. Kind of had to turn in there. In the middle of the road. If I keep it pinned, then it rotates. And if I lift it a bit, I would go into the gravel. Or is there grass? It's just burned grass all around here, no gravel. Even this kind of gravel on the exit of that hairpin on the left kind of has, I don't know, even asphalt grip levels. Keep the curb. That little bit of curb is so deadly. At that apex. This race should be scheduled like for 15 minutes earlier. I mean, you guys will be able to perfectly open up, if you're WEC fans, another tab and watch the start, but I will have to finish my in-lap right when the formation lap is going on. I didn't expect that line from the Aston, but probably I should have. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter now. All the pushing that I'm doing is just in case Blotto in P1 spins around or gets killed by some traffic. And then maybe I can capitalize, but probably a very small chance of that. And now he has quite a lot fresher tires that are up to temp. While I'll start to have pushes of understeer more and more. Where is the sunset though? The profile picture of this event was kind of in the night. And I saw the air temp dropping massively, like 37 to 32, so I just assumed that it's gonna be evening situation, or like at least sunset situation. So I made my profile picture sunset conditions as well, but with 9 minutes to go it's still afternoon. Can Ferrari do a double? Great question. Well, let's see the BOP. I didn't really follow the qualifying, I don't know who's in pole. Well, calling that word, I admit I've been looking at it for years, but I've never actually fully understood the definition of it. I need to go watch knowyourmeme.com. Nice wiggle. Yeah, I got baited. I can understand kind of what that means, but not fully, to be honest. But maybe I have completely overlooked a joke here. But what did I get tricked into? I don't feel I got tricked yet. I mean, sorry about it, but I mean, I know that... What was the words? The joke is like a frog. It dies when you start dissecting it, so... Maybe I rather stop asking questions. Ah, no, okay, yes, well. Now I understand it. I mean, there have been worse cases of it in the past, with kind of some Monza profile pictures with a lot of rain and puddles and so on. And then we started racing and realized the weather forecast is fully clear.
I can't wait for that race to be done.
5 more minutes. At least you have a easy P3, right? So you will not
Like,
lose DR.
No, I have no idea what we're doing here. Like, top 3 is out of the world. Sorry, top 2.
Thank you. Blotto has nailed the setup.
Yeah. Well, arguably I nailed it too. Could go his pace, could have had pole, but then mid-race I decided that the setup is shit or so. I just dropped in pace, so...
I can blame the Peugeot, so...
Yeah, I would blame the Peugeot as well, as if I were you. You really love the Puka.
The balance is great. It brakes nice, I can lock up a little bit without dying. High speed balance is nice.
can also drive Clickenhaus, which is the most natural hypercar driving.
But then I will be DR bronze free soon.
Same. Imagine the comeback from that when you then change to a proper car and you do races and you're getting like 40% DR every race.
Well,
Would probably be a good idea, like, to give away some rating though, so that the average rating comes up and then top races are more valuable.
well, that's a solid strategy if DR in the long term is a priority. I mean, Glickenhaus would give us podium opportunities today, to be honest.
Yeah.
Next special event, Fuji. Well, we have not raced Fuji for quite some time. In the weeklies and in the specials. Now, Joao, I got my fix of the Formula Racing with Formula Sim Racing season anyway in RF2, so I'm kind of happy not to doing too much of F1 esporting. But supposedly there will be some IndyCar series coming from FSR, so that could be fun. But let's see if FSR announces that. Ah, the shitty formula. Well, the Tatus is actually one of the best formulas. Depends which Tatus. Or Tatius. Tatus? I never know how to pronounce it. The FT50 and FT60 have been overused a little bit. But the PM18 one is quite tricky to drive. Copy. So, smaller formulas are shitty formulas. Understandable. But they for sure produce good racing. Except FT60 has that issue with 6th gear, right? Because it produces a very early power peak. And the gear ratios are broken, so you cannot really make it long enough in the 6th. So there is never any overtaking because the RPM just keeps dropping. Anyway, 2 more laps, feels like. No, that's gonna be the last lap, yeah. I overfueled by a lap. I forgot to close down that program. Or probably you can see very Mexican filter colors at the moment because it's been a sunset outside and I have that, well, I had F-Lux in the past, but now I have the, what's it called, light bulb, which adjusts the color to the like natural colors of the outside. And I have put LMU in the whitelist, but then I disabled the whitelist. And now it's getting a very, very orangey. Anyway, last lap. Well, RF2 online system is a weird one. Well, I see clips from there. People having fun. But probably it's not high level like LMU. Well, last chance to crash. We are skipping the chance and taking the P2 with, what was it, 12-second gap in the end. Oof. Well, guys, thank you for watching, for commenting. I hope if you're WEC fans that you enjoy the race. Here we have P1. Good job, Mattia, or Matthew. Oh, I forgot the name. Well, Mr. Blotto. And I will... Yeah, I will just ignore the WEC start because I will not watch it live anyway. I will look at the highlights a bit later. But it's been alright of a race. I kind of expected that pace deficit from the Peugeot. I would need to really export the setup to be somewhere close to the Ferrari pace. Well, thank you guys for the GGs and GRs. I'll just wait for the people to stop driving so I can see how much DR I gained, and then I will close it down anyway. Ah, this is really dark now. Let me quickly settings, whitelist save. And the colors are back. Very nice. Ferrari 1 to 3 after turn 1. Well, sounds appropriate. I just got a better reaction, or actually I was lined up in a favorable spot. The P3 guy just left some space on the table. Then got killed on the bump. Alright. Well, time to escape. Check the DR and call it a day or an evening. Very spicy in Austin. Looking forward to highlights. It threw me into the main menu again. I want to see the results. Ah, not generated yet. There we go. Blotto probably gained a lot of DR. Only 1.6 rating. And I beaten Michi. Probably because Blotto is
so I
silver.
gained 6.7% still.
What? I gained 1. I think there is a bug.
1?
Yeah, 1.6. I'm reopening again. Yeah, plus 1.6. Andy, we have a problem.
Maybe I got bonus points for crashing.
I was wondering, maybe because of Blotto is silver too, but then you said you gained a 6, so...
6.7!
And you are gold too, right? I'm gold 1.
Exactly, yeah.
I only lost because I qualified in 4th instead of 2nd. But still, that shouldn't be the case.
Like I was expected first in both, obviously, race and quali. I'm 2nd and 3rd, and you have the same, but actually, like, that's a joke. So that makes that worst arrival of a P3 ever, and even more controversial.
Yeah, Andy, then explain how much I should gain.
To report that, like,
yeah, something is not right.
A 6.7 gain, that should be different.
Well, Andy says that you get 5% of the max value you can gain for becoming P3. As a minimum.
Yeah, but I should be able to gain the very least of everyone.
Well, I mean, obviously something is broken because you gained 3
Yeah,
times more.
4 times more while finishing behind you and being expected to finish ahead of you.
Yes.
It's wrong on so many levels.
Well, I guess Andy will be looking into it and fixing it.
Yeah.
Andy, do you need a trace? GG Matteo.
What a race.
Nice
I'm
drive.
furious on for so many reasons.
Yeah, I can understand. And I need to fix the setup and have BOP fix, but no, I think Peugeot, it's alright. It's probably very, very fast on Le Mans and then slightly worse on tracks like Sebring.
Yeah, you need to fix less than I have to fix.
Yes. Anyway, I'm calling it a day now, so thank you for the racing, Michi. Anyway,
Likewise.
We had some fun laps at the start.
At least, yeah.
So see you later.
See you.
And to all of you guys, quick check of. Now it's going dark again. I cannot make it not dark. Where is it? Max GPU temp 81 and 80. Alright. I had 96 before with PC case closed, so yeah, for sure I have ventilation problems. Either way, thank you guys. Wait, what percent did you get again? Well, 1.6. It's all back end. Yeah, now it's super dark. Anyway, I'm heading off. Thank you guys again for watching and so on. Thank you, Colin, and thank you, Andy. Well, Andy, looking forward to have some DR added post-race, right? Anyway, see you later. Bye-bye.